Hi, everybody. I don't have anybody here yet, so.
I read my mind. I was just opening YouTube
Chrissy's
and pulling you
Marcoing me now. So, anywho, I got a nice surprise in the mail today, actually. So, because of all the stuff going on, with the whole, pandemic, my student loan payments are supposed to be on hold. And I just got a check in the mail from the federal student loan from the United States Treasury. So my payment is being returned to me, which is great. So I get to go deposit that and pay another bill. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Chrissy Boo. Says I have 3 in here, so I'm assuming that the Hubs is sitting out on his phone. Good God, I can't even drink out of a straw. Hi, Amy. How are you? All right, so that was a nice surprise, and I got my new nose studs. So put one in. I haven't had any for a while. I lost the last one, the last one that I had, so I ordered some new ones a while back, and it took forever to get here. So I got those 2 things in the mail today, which made me quite happy. I was also going to, I was going to do this live outside, but big problem. It's super windy out, so I decided to do it inside. So, anywho, hi, Johnny. Miss Johnny is here. So how was everyone's week? Oh my goodness, okay. I just love mail. It always has bills in it, unfortunately. So, that is just fine. Hello, Missy. Hello, Deb. Oh, I hope you get tested, Deb. Deb has not been feeling well. She's, so hopefully, fingers crossed you don't have it though, because we don't need another person. We don't need you sick too. A couple of days ago, I checked on Lisa, and she's doing a little better, but she's still having real issues. So the weather is absolutely gorgeous outside, and it is. I'm pulling up WeatherBug here. 75. However, the wind I can't get into a not windy space, I guess. I know, Chrissy, poor you. The cold and the rain. You should be getting it here soon, Chrissy, the nice weather. Hopefully here pretty quick, because my understanding is that it's traveling northeast. So Deb, that was a lot of the problem with Lisa too, is the headache was just, oh, there she is. Hello, Miss Lisa. How are you? I was just talking about you to see how you were, saying I'd only talked to you but a few days ago, and said that you were doing better, but not 100%. So yes, your ears must have been ringing or burning. Okay, so Victoria, you're up in Washington, so 77 up there will be beautiful. I'm glad you were hanging in there. So I was going to do this live outside, and I was going to try and find something to repair my wind chime, one of my wind chimes. So, but with it being too windy outside, we moved it inside. And I don't really have the space here on my desk to do a live and fix my wind chime. Basically, the strings broke, dropped off some of the chimes themselves, and so there you go. So we are hoping that, well, we're supposed to get the rain and stuff tomorrow. We burned off, I should say, my daughter and I burned off my garden and from last year. So it is pretty much all ready to go. I've got some piles that I need to get rid of. I'm going to throw them into the compost because they don't have anything, like they won't burn because there's so much dirt piled up in them too. So I was wanting to try to sift things, but honestly, that's just too much work. So it's just going to get scooped up and thrown into the compost pile. Let's see, we burned off the garden on Saturday and got it all raked out. Then yesterday, I raked out my hosta beds. I have a really big hosta bed, and then I have one really small one on the east side of my house. And I did some recycling, repurposing. We have on our pool, we have a heater, a solar heater. The problem is that it just doesn't really work very well. Well, it came with two of them, two rolls. And to hook them together, it's just a big pain in the rear end. And so we only have one on the pool. And I thought, I don't want to throw something like that away. So we decided I decided that I was going to make a lawn edging or a flower bed edging out of them. And that's what I did. So all across the front of the house, I have started. And Tony helped me with digging in a small trench, to sit it down in to anchor it a bit. We planted zinnias yesterday. And what else did I plant? My son's girlfriend, Erin, she actually planted the zinnias for me. And she also planted in, I have a big, I'm not real sure. I want to say it's a willow basket, but I'm not positive. But they call it a Moses basket. And it's just for decoration anyway. So I had Erin line the inside of it with plastic, and we filled it up with potting soil, and she planted my hyacinth bulbs in it. So I do not have, actually, you know what, Victoria, I may have some fishing line. I'm going to have to look and dig into the tackle box because I'm not sure if we do. I'm not even sure where that tackle box is because we don't really go fishing. I like to go fishing, but I won't eat fish. I like to do the whole catch and release thing. I don't keep the fish. Ew, Missy, no. I'm not a fan of math either. We are trying to homeschool my grandson, so yes, it's not a lot of fun for me. It is actually. If you guys saw my post, I think it was it Thursday or Friday? I don't remember. I think it might have been Thursday. His lesson for the day was actually, I should have brought one in, but we planted pumpkin seeds. And so we were practicing counting. And so that was our math. He's only in first grade. We did addition and subtraction with it. And did some penmanship because he wrote on the mini blinds that we are using as plant markers. So that was awesome. And he learned then, obviously, about how in about 10 days, germination should occur and have his pumpkins should be starting to pop up. And they are in recycled plant pots, you know. I have also used, so as far as repairing the wind chimes, the line, I was just looking to see what I had laying around. And the paracord that I've got would be fantastic, but it's too thick to go through the holes that are, I may just re-drill the holes and make them bigger to put the paracord through. So Vader the cat wanted to sit in the window. Yep, I hear you, girl. We have that same issue. My cats like to just, they try to get in on my seed rack, actually. But my plants, okay, so last week when I did my live, I actually left my plants out, my seedlings, and they have done really well as far as growing and whatnot. But so I was using the cinnamon as to help with the fungus in the soil. And I think that having that and then the mixture of it being out in the sunlight, I think that it burnt my plants. So they're discolored and they're sad looking in comparison to what they were last week. So I'm kind of upset about that. However, Tony did get the tiller out for me today and got it down to the garden, and he did like, I don't know, he did like 4 passes in for a couple of rows, and then now the tiller is not running. It's like they want to work against the universe is working against us. So it's just drives me crazy. But I thought that he tilled in front of one of the lines that I have up, the trellising system that I have up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the tomato plants in this afternoon when we're all done. Hi, Stacy. I am so happy to have everybody here. Yay! So I'm gonna go ahead and plant the tomato plants in and just get them in the ground. And I've got them out sitting outside anyway, so I'll just get them in the ground, get them watered in, and we'll see how we go with them. If I have to, then I'll plant new. I'll just throw more seed down, I guess, and we'll just have a little bit harder time growing tomatoes, but that'll be okay. Yes, Stacy, I'm so glad that you have pants on today. When she Marcoed me the other day, she said she had pants on. Correct, Deb. Math is a 4-letter word, in fact. Missy, I have noticed also the curriculum for math is, well, just the curriculum in general is way different. And it seems that they're trying very hard to push, more advanced stuff at a much earlier age. So it's kind of frustrating. And then a lot of schools have gone to the core math, and that stuff, core math is useless. I don't know if the tiller is going to be easy or not. So Tony, actually, I'm wondering if we have a clog somewhere is what he's wondering. So my oldest daughter is out. She has to go pick up some other stuff. And so she's going to stop at the parts store and get some carb clean. And we're cleaning out lines this afternoon, I guess. So I know you do, Stacy. Stacy was a teacher for a very long time, and we need teachers again. We need good teachers again. I think we have some really great ones, but I think that we can always use more. So much like a nurse or a doctor, there are plenty, but you need good ones. Very true, Stacey. It is. I agree with you. I agree with you, Deb. Um, Here, another issue though. Another issue with just educating our children at this point in a public school setting is that classroom sizes are insanely ridiculous. They're way too big. Kids do not learn it very well in a huge environment. Some kids thrive in it, they do, but most kids do not. They're barely scraping by to get through and just to get, basic stuff. You have the bigger problem, I feel, is that you're not having a lot of parenting going on at home that will reinforce what they're learning in school. And unfortunately, you have to be active in your kids' education. It is not all up to the teachers. And it's just, I don't know. You have to be supportive of it too. Aw, thanks, Stacy. It's just like with healthcare. It's like anything else. If you want to teach your children something and you want them to retain it, you have to be on board with it. You have to reinforce what they're learning. It's just like learning how to tie your shoes or ride your bike. You still have to reinforce that behavior. You want them to learn to make their bed when they get out of bed in the morning. That is something you have to reinforce. You can't just expect them, say, okay, this is what you're going to do, and expect them to do it. You have to reinforce that behavior and instill that behavior in them. It's a routine, and it's the same way with education. You have to have a routine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you guys are going to be all over the place. So when I talked to you, you were in when I talked to Stacy on Marco, she and Chris were in or headed to Windham, Wisconsin, or Windham, Minnesota. Sorry. Terry Lynn was saying that it's been really super super hot down in Miami already around that area, and she I just messaged with her on Instagram, and she had just gotten home from the farm, and her farm is like 5 hours away from where she lives in Miami. It's up north in Florida still, but Organic Raw Roots Farm is her. Hi, Nathan. Yes, Stacy, that's good mileage money. Yeah, absolutely. You need it though. You have to have it. So, um, right, sneaking in here like a troll, like the troll he is. He's the head troll, remember? uh, so anyway, she was saying that when I talked to her last night, she said that it's really odd this time of year, but they were down to 51. They were getting down to 51 for a low, and that's where we were hitting in Iowa. So that's what we were supposed to be hitting overnight. I'm pretty sure we did. I guess I don't really know what our actual low was overnight, but this morning when I got up, it was super. It was like chilly. The wind was whipping through the front window once we got the front windows open, and the wind felt really cold. Like it felt pretty chilly, but then you get outside and it was not at all. So I think it was just because it was coming up through the trees and whatnot and being shaded and cooled, I'm sure, as it was blowing through. And now we're sitting at 75 degrees. We have a high of 78 today. So I really was thinking it's not bad in the house at all. The heat is not what bothers me. It's the humidity. But I actually have a fan going in here because I've got 2 windows, but they're on the north side of the house, so I have no cross breeze right now. So, oh, way cool, Stacy. You're jelly? You're jelly, Christy. Yes, it is beautiful. I am absolutely loving the weather. So I really wanted to get. That's part of the reason why I wanted to get the garden tilled up, so that we can get stuff in the ground and get the rain that's supposed to be coming tomorrow. So they have a test field down in Florida. Where are they? Where is Toro based out of? Aren't they based out of Minnesota? Like that's where their headquarters are. So I was actually going to change my shirt and put on a tank top and go outside because I've been getting sun on my arms and my face, but my legs are white. Okay, that's what I thought, Stace. I wasn't sure though. I wasn't 100%. Didn't want to misspeak. So what is everybody up to this week? Because y'all know what I'm doing now. Recess. I'm going to finish up the front flower beds. I have gladiolus and iris to get planted in one bed. And let's see. Oh, I do. So we got last year with our grant work, we got a new AC, central air, and we've never had that before. We've always had window, and that's just not efficient at all. So I'm waiting for them. I got to call them. I think I'll call them this afternoon when we're all done, and I got to get them scheduled because they need to come here and charge it. They did not charge it last year when they put it in because it was so late in the fall. And so I thought that maybe we would, it'd be okay to wait until now. But it's starting with our temperatures starting to hit in the 70s most days, high 60s, low 70s most days now. I want it charged. And then he also is supposed to be leveling out our ground where he put our septic in. We got new septic obviously as well, and my front yard looks terrible. It's horrid. Yeah, that's Deb. That's nasty stuff. Both of those things. My that's what my daddy did too. He was a truck driver, and now he trains. Now he trains truck drivers for Goodwill Industries. He's down and that's out of Austin, where he's training. But that is a really great program that he was working for. Honestly, it's really a great Goodwill Industries. They're honestly, I'm not a fan of the fact that their CEO gets paid millions of dollars every single year, but I am on board with the whole. They do everything they can to help community. So, yeah, hanging meat sucks, my dad says. So because that stuff just it just swings, and oh, good God, no. He hated hauling that stuff. He also did he held rendering out of the pork plant and took it up to a couple of different places. We have we have several meat packing plants here in the state, so yeah. So he'd go and load out and that stuff. Yes, Chrissy. Yeah, that stuff stinks horrid. But oh, I hope stuff we're not buffering. I know, Stacy. The meat prices are insane right now. I'm just honestly, I seriously just want to not even obey our city codes. I know that's really bad, and I'm the mayor of the city, but it's just like I need to be able to raise my own food, and I can't raise my own meat because I live in city limits. Plus, I don't really have a lot of space, but I can't afford to rent land from somebody right now. So, okay, good, good, good. I'm glad you've been removing ear tags. Ew. Hello, Jan. How are you? No, the meat does not come with a free spoon, Chrissy, and a bamboo one at that. Yeah, the trailer does dance around like it's yeah. Yep. Working in a packing plant sucks. I'm just, but it's necessary. Yep, Nathan, they do. They come with bamboo spoons, just random bamboo spoons. Oh my gosh. Yeah, most people don't understand what that is either, though. So, so for Christmas, Chrissy received socks from Stacy, and we were doing a Secret Santa gift exchange. And she opens these socks from Stacy because that's what she wanted. She opens these socks, and there's this random bamboo wooden spoon in it for whatever reason. It was just hilarious. Hi, Kat. Missy, actually, I know stories about. Yep. Okay, so I'll give you a little background. The reason I know so much about a packing house, my mom and my dad both worked for, it was, at the time, it was IBP, and they did pork. And it was crappy to work there because, and it's still, now it's Tyson owns it, and they bought IBP out of that plant. But my mother was the quality control director, and my dad, he worked in and out of mostly in the stockyards. So I was in that plant. I took tours of that plant, all kinds of stuff, like many times. The kill floor, the cut floor, everything. So yeah, it's nasty. That's right. The secret was Chrissy had drag queen socks. Yeah, because Stacy, I don't know where she ordered them from somewhere, but it was for drag queens the site. Yes, Chrissy, you do have big feet, but you're also, 6'1". Yeah, Deb, I'm I'm glad that I have the chickens, but I'm only using those for eggs. So I really wanted to get meat chickens, but I can't do it because I can't afford to build a new um, coop and chicken tractor and buy the fencing. I can't do it. Yeah, lower grade hogs are not, they're not necessarily bad. It's just they don't have the weight on them usually. I would buy my meat local too if I could afford to, but even the locker is getting expensive. So I couldn't, and with the locker, I can't just buy, like, I can't buy individual packages. I would go buy like a half a beef or quarter beef or whatever, um, or hog or whatever. So that's so cool. It's awesome when you can get fresh local food, especially meat. Uh, the thing is and also with the meat around here is there are not many organic farmers. There are very few actual organic farmers. So I should talk to the mayor. See, Chrissy, $6.50 a pound is a really good price. First of all, because of the area you're in. Secondly, because of the fact that those animals are being raised, ethically, responsibly, and they are getting, they're grass fed. They're probably not getting GMO and hormone laced stuff. So yeah. I am a you know what. Oh, Victoria, that's so nice of you to do that. Um, I was going to ask you also, Victoria, about your brother and how things are going with that. Yes, I do talk to myself. I do answer myself. And I will tell you, because sometimes that's the only way I can have an intelligent conversation. That's my theory. Effing hippies with all that organic crap. No, I like nice clean stuff. I don't want my food to be laced with hormones and antibiotics and stuff because we build up immunities to that stuff, and then our meat's not really any good anyway. So same way with our vegetables. I'm not I'm not really I'm not necessarily against GMO as I am pesticides, the chemical laden crap. Agreed, Nathan, right? Like that's seriously the reason why I do. It's like, oh, I need to be able to, plus I figure things out better that way, I guess. I don't know. It's nice to have somebody to talk to bounce ideas off of, but sometimes you're just like, I want to slap you. Agreed, Stacy. Yep. Yep. Second and third grade, and yeah, they shouldn't be developing that quickly. Nope. There are some, there are some that are just naturally going to do that, but very few. That's not natural. Jan, I love Susan. She knows because Susan has glaucoma. That's awesome. Well, um, as far as that goes, I'm so not against that at all. Mm-mm. And I'm not gonna lie, like I actually have the ability to get a medical card. Um, Iowa is a medical state. Unfortunately, um, if I ingest it at all, I have to have my anti-nausea stuff. So I have to take my promethazine to keep me from being nauseated because when I use it, I'm puking violently. So yeah, my cats don't answer me. They just yell at me. Oh, Stacy, my God. That's too that's just too young to be having that stuff happening. Your dogs answer you, Missy. I mean, my dogs kind of do. They'll talk to me. And my cats will talk to me too, but it's mostly to yell at me, like, "Hey, I want attention." Speaking of the devil, Demon is outside meowing. We haven't shown you that card. They are bossy. They are bossy, Stacy. Our cats are very bossy. Chrissy loves Demon though. Well, so do you. It's funny because yeah, and Jan had mentioned on my video that they love seeing Demon in it. There's Terry Lynn. How are you, love? I was talking about you earlier. So this is oh, I am a big softie for animals. Doesn't matter, really what they are, as long as they're not snakes. Um, but I am a big softie for animals, and I will not let a stray go hungry. So we have accumulated, like, in the last few months, we've accumulated about, let's see, we've got a black stray cat, a orange tiger stray cat, and a gray tiger stray cat, and then a orange and white stray cat. All boys. So, hello, Tina. How are you, hon? Are you enjoying the beautiful weather? Tina is my fellow Iowan. We are sitting at 75 over here, Tina. I don't know where you guys are at. I would assume you're probably close. Oh, yesterday was gorgeous. It absolutely was beautiful yesterday. I spent so much time outside. I'm having a hard time with all of the work that I've been doing all weekend. Physically, I'm hurting really bad, and it's hard for me to move. I can't hardly walk. So yeah, but the if I'm once I get up and moving, I'm not quite as bad. But I had to use the TENS unit last night. Um, so no pet snakes, no, Deb. Nope, nope. That's a big hell no. Nope, 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 nope. Uh, I let the garter snakes live in the yard. That is it. Everything else gone out of here. Oh, we've got the sunshine today, Tina. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know where you're at. I just wondered if But that's cool. We have our own Field of Dreams in Cooper, Iowa, which is about 20 miles southwest of me. It's beautiful. Oh, no, Stacy, no. Okay, so back onto the stray animals. So we've got 4 new stray cats. One of them is finally getting to a point where he's friendly, he wants attention, and all of that stuff. And he's a black cat, all black. Except he's got a white patch on his belly. Oh my gosh, he's so stinking cute. And he's got this big old bulbous head. Like, he's really cool. And so I'm trying to think of a good name, and my son wants to name him this weird, like, I don't even know, because to stick with the whole demon theme, he wants to name him this weird, like, Lord of Demons is the meaning, or something like that, King of Demons. I don't even know. But I'm like, no. First of all, nobody can say the dang name, so no, not going to happen. But I want to name him Finnegan. I think it'd be cute. Call him Finnegan. But they said no. Everybody's like, no. Like, I'm the one that takes care of all these animals, so I'm naming him. Etrigan. That would be cute. Jughead. He is so cool. He's really cool. But that's not even the neatest thing. I'll name him Nathan. Yeah, there you go. I have a raccoon. So I'm pretty sure it's the same raccoon that I put in a video last year. The cat from the movie. I don't even know. Like, what movie is that? So Bell, Book, and Candle. Okay. I've never even heard of that. This raccoon has been eating the cat food, and he eats right alongside the dang cats. All 8 of them. Wicca or Blackbeard, that'd be cute. So the last few nights, this raccoon, my son has now named him Randy. He's Randy Raccoon instead of Rocket. He should be Rocket, but nope, they named him Randy. He has been eating with the cats, and he decided that he would just go ahead and let us be no more than about 5 foot away. He's like getting domesticated big time, which is not a good thing. But I figure if he's eating the cat food, then he's not trying to rip the heads off my chickens. Yeah, raccoons actually, like, they can be bad. They really can be bad, and so it's better to just either trap them and relocate them, or feed them and try to keep them free of disease. No, I don't count on it, but I'm hoping that that's going to help. Oh. All right, Stacy, love you. Thanks for stopping by. Well, Saturday night, my son was feeding him from a plastic spoon. He'd give him a scoop. He'd scoop up a bit of cat food in a plastic spoon, and Randy would just reach out and just. It was so cute. So then last night, he had him eating from a gloved hand, and I'm like, do not do that. So we got to stop doing that. But I don't want to kill him or anything like that. But no. We'll feed him. That's fine. He can eat the cat food with cats. I don't care. But we can't be hand feeding this raccoon. So, hi, J Love. There's my Jess. I haven't seen you in a few days, girly. Stacy, make sure you give Chris my love. Yes, Lisa, you're correct. Raccoons are really cute for being. They are a nuisance. They really can be a nuisance, and so. Why were they just, Nathan? Were they just killing the quail for sport? Then after that, or what was the deal? They are very, yes, cat. They are very destructive. They can be very destructive. When we had we had a raccoon that when we had before we got the new roof put on. Now, mind you, that's been 5 years ago that we had the roof put on. We had one that would come in and out of the hole in the roof, and yeah, he was being destructive, but they ate the quail. Wow. I'm really surprised that being fed that they weren't just killing for sport. And raccoons will eat anything, like they do. And I've heard of people being extremely mean to them and killing them with lacing cat food with chemicals. And I won't go any further than that. But I don't want to give anybody any bad ideas, but lacing them with chemicals and feeding them to the raccoons. And while I understand that they are a nuisance for some people, that's not right. They can be relocated. It sucks because you don't know if it's a mama raccoon. You don't know if she's got pups somewhere. The 1959 movie with Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak. I'm not sure which one. Is that what you were talking about earlier with the oh my gosh. I just drew a total blank. It's a comedy. Okay. God, Jimmy Stewart, there's an actor I haven't heard of in a long time. Okay. I absolutely despise the fact that I have short-term memory issues now. My grandson is running around just to get a rise out of my youngest daughter. He'll holler at her. He'll go, "Aunt Nene, hey old lady." So now he's trying to call Mima an old lady too. And I'm like, don't do that. I don't want to feel old. I feel old enough. I don't need you to add to it. I don't know if you've ever seen. There is a cartoon series, anime cartoons. It's oh my goodness. Oh, Dinosaur King. And the kids that are on there always get like tease one of the villains, the villainess, and they call her, "Hey, God, you're such an old lady," and call her old lady instead of by her name or what have you. And he picked that up, so that's what he does. I do have CRS. I don't remember shit sometimes. My granny. Oh my gosh, my granny Zoe. That's my daddy's mom. Um, oh, rest her and bless her. Oh my gosh, she was such a fun lady. Um, but she always said that she always had CRS. Now, this is actually my daddy and my granny, and this was like I'm not sure when this was taken. This has been quite a while ago because my dad was pretty young, but they were about. Oh, I shouldn't say that because he wasn't with my mom. So anyway, they were halfway between the U.S. and the Mexico border, and this is my granny. She was a fun lady. Like she was so much fun, and we would be like out on the farm, and the my aunt's dogs would get they were hunting dogs, but they would get kind of rowdy or whatever, or wanting to get into stuff, and she'd go, "I'm gonna kick your ever loving dog ass." Just loved her. She was so much fun, and uh, she was actually a legalized prostitute in Mexico. Only she had a prostitution license only so she could go in and drink beer at the bar in Mexico. But she would do stuff like she would say stuff like that all the time. I have CRS. And she would say it just the funny things that she would say, the funny phrases were just they were hilarious. She was awesome. Um she wasn't my biological granny, but she so when my mom and my daddy got married finally, they'd been together for so long, they just finally decided to have a wedding. um, my granny was 72 years old. 72 years old, and she was out doing the beer barrel polka on the dance floor. Not even kidding you, at 72 years old. That's how much fun she was. I mean, she was so full of life and zest, and just yeah, she was awesome. It is one hell of a story, isn't it? I love I love that story of her. Like she's just because it is so suiting to her. Like it fits her perfectly. She would do shit like that. She was just great. Um, she would bring me back. She would bring back Mexican vanilla, real Mexican vanilla. Um, she would bring back us those little chiclets. Um, they would come in these little packs. They were like I don't know, maybe 2 inches long, if that. But they had like 5 or 6 pieces in it, and they were different. They were different flavors or whatever, different colors and flavors, and they'd be and she'd get them for like a penny a piece, and so she would just load up on that stuff, and she'd bring it back home with her when she came back for the summers. She lived down. She actually lived down in Mission, Texas during the winter. She was a snowbird, and then she would come back for the summer. So oh my god, she was so much fun. Just I'm telling you, all of you guys, you would have loved her. She was so much fun. She was just oh my gosh. And I'll tell you, strong. That woman, like, yeah. And you weren't pulling shit over on her. She's gonna tell you like it was. Period. Which is, I think that's probably why I've kind of been that way too, is because I kind of learned that from her. Where nope, say what you mean and mean what you say. Tell them how you feel. You don't like them, tell them. So she was awesome. Um, And my daddy is a lot like that. Like he's just he's very soft-hearted though. um, about farmers are people who raise farm animals. Very important as what is it? Where's that going to be? Like, is that televised? Is it, what's going on with that, Victoria? Yeah, we are, I can't remember. There was something today. Gosh, I can't remember what it was on. I think it was our local news, actually. Our local Sunday morning news was talking about basically the farm animals and stuff right now. Like we're in a very unprecedented, time right now where the price of everything is going up. Farmers are going to suffer, and all that fun stuff. So, um, you absolutely can share it. That's what we're here for. We're talking. So you can share it if you know it. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, so my dad, my dad used to actually be a hog buyer. And he also worked in the yards. So, um, I don't know. Animals have always been a part of our life in that manner with the whole raising and slaughtering. Now, I've never actually butchered my own hog or whatnot. I would love to. I really want to, which is why I want to raise it, because I think that people have a much more profound um, connection with their food when they have to put in the work to not only grow it but to process it, and all that stuff. So I agree, Tina. I agree. So uh anywho, I don't know, like we're not supposed to be putting stuff in the ground quite yet, but we're literally like 10 days out, 10 or 12 days out, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put stuff in the ground. We got to go fix the tiller first, find out why it's not running again. It was running just fine, and then all of a sudden it just quit running. It wouldn't stay running for my husband. So I can't really run the tiller because I can't run it. It's Well, I stand 5'1", number one. Okay. What is it, Nathan? Like, obviously I can't like get on there and look at it now, but so what exactly is it? Um, I like my pork too. You know what, Tina? If you can, make sure that if you've got like extra plastic or something, and you can make a smaller hoop house, you can try that to protect them. Mine are, like I said, mine are not looking fantastic right now, and I think it's because there was cinnamon on the tops of them, and then going out in the sun, I think the sun was bleaching them out. I don't know, but Nathan, yeah, it's hard for me to run that tiller because it's big, boy. It is a big tiller, but yeah, I'm only 5'1". I am 61 inches of fun, baby. Yep, there you go, Tina. Plastic bottle tops. Yep, I did that with my in the recycling video that I did for Earth Day, um, taking milk jugs and using those as little cloches or miniature greenhouses, essentially. But I have well over 100 tomato plants, so I don't really have the ability to do that. So yes, I know, Nathan, but not everybody can be 6'4". Hello. Jeez. He said to why are we doing that with US beef? Yeah, I've probably got about 100 tomato plants and pepper plants each. $45 plants. Demand US beef. Oh, okay, gotcha. I guess I don't. Well, hi Abigail. How are you? Yeah, I'm not real sure why we. I guess do we really import that much? Like, why would we? I know that we are the leading. We are leading pork producers for the U.S. and for this state is the state of Iowa is the leading pork producer now. Yeah, so thanks East Coast, North Carolina. They sent them all here. um, because for whatever reason, our natural resources are not going to be, they're not important. But and I thought that we were also the leading beef producers for the world, basically. Okay, I agree. I totally agree, Nathan. We don't need to be importing any food source. We have plenty of land. We have plenty of farmers. There's zero reason why we need to be importing any food. I know that we import, but I didn't think that we imported that much because do we do so much of our own producing. So that's crazy to think, though, that we have to demand that we need to demand U.S. beef instead of you know we shouldn't be importing any of it. We are our nation should be pretty self sufficient as far as that goes. There's no reason for it. Um, I was going to say something else on that. Right. We don't need to grow it. We don't. If we can't grow it, I see importing it, but we don't need to be importing anything that we can't grow or that we can grow. I'm trying to. I'm apparently I can't do two things at once today. I can't read and speak at the same time. So, uh, uh, that was. I think that's why there's such a big push, especially for those of us who are homesteading. There's such a big push for homesteading now, is because you know, first of all, we want to know where our food sources come from. We want to know where our food comes from. Secondly, we want to know what is going into our food. So, you've got that the whole pink slime thing in our ground beef, right? That's an issue for me. But I can't grow my own. Like, we living in the city, we can't grow. I was on mute. Probably a good thing. Nathan, that's awesome. That is awesome. I hope that I would love to be able to get to that point where I do not need to um I don't need to go to a grocery store for anything other than like sugar and flour and all that stuff, just because I don't have the land, honestly, to grow all that stuff, or the environment, frankly, for a lot of that stuff. But um I want to so badly to be able to get to a point where I'm raising our own meat. I'm growing our own fruits and vegetables, and I would love to be able to do all that as well. Be self-sufficient, a lot more self-sufficient. Um, Unfortunately, especially for people living in living in a city or within city limits, you can't have big livestock. You can't have, you're not going to be able to have a cow for any reason, whether it be a dairy cow or, a beef cow, whatever, or a meat cow. The same way with pork. And obviously, you can't have exotic animals. But that is awesome. That is awesome. 26 in the brooder. That's cool. I don't have the ability to free range and move my chickens. So I don't, as soon as we can get a tractor built, a chicken tractor. And basically what we want to do is we want to make that so it's, then in the winter we can park it, essentially, and we can overwinter in the coop. So we want to make sure that it's a coop and with a run, essentially, that we can move. So it'd have to be bigger. And honestly, I need a tractor. I need a small tractor. It'd be great. But oh, I agree, Tina. Yes. I love the girls when they come out and they have to announce when they've laid an egg. It is amazing. It's so funny. Yesterday, Ethel, oh man, she was giving one of the other girls, she was just giving her hell, frankly. Like, she was standing with her head, she was walking up the ramp. She stood at the end of the ramp to go into the coop, and she was like, cluck, cluck, cluck. I mean, she was being not nasty to one of the other hens that had gone in there to lay. And so then I think it was Luna. When Luna had come back out, then yes, I've named all of my chickens. um, when Luna came out, like, she was just giving her a really hard time and like yelling at her, like, get out of my nest. It was hilarious. In his soft shirt and oh, oh my gosh. Okay, Deb. Well, good luck. I hope you don't. I hope it. Honestly, I hope it comes back negative. That's right. Yep, Lisa. You do. You have to make do with what you can raise. So they're tilling over vegetable crops and euthanizing animals and dumping milk. For what reason? Is there something going on? I know that they're saying cats are able to carry this virus now. Like, I don't know. No, I don't want you to run a scan right now. Run, Leda. Apparently, my laptop wants to run a scan. Probably wanting to scan me so they can send me to jail or something. um, so unless I don't understand why they would be tilling everything over and what's going on with that? I'll have to go look it up, but that should not be happening. They do also they have a vaccination for this for cattle. Um, oh yes, Nathan, I agree. Tilling crops under, yeah, it is good, but then the insurance companies, obviously, if you have the money, I mean, if you have insurance, then they insure and your business, then that's fine. And it's great for the environment, yes, because it's organic matter for compost. But if they're doing this and we are not, this is impacting the food source. And so we're going to end up with a food shortage. And then what? That's not going to be good. Tilling the crops because government contract do not allow farmers to sell privately because the slaughterhouses are closed. Yeah, that's true. Okay. No, it's still not right. They need to figure something else out. Oh, yes. Okay. There is, yeah, it's still, there's no reason why, like, yeah, exactly. So they've had the vaccine for a long time. I know cattle have, and there have been a couple of others. Bye, Deb. Um, oh my gosh, they need to not, like, ugh. Why can't they donate that then? You know, why can't they donate the food that's being destroyed instead of destroying it? And I know you don't have, like, if our slaughter and packing houses are not up and running a whole lot. I understand that, but that is true, Nathan. Yes. We have a couple of companies here. We've got that's what they do. You actually contract out through them to get a hog lot or, CAFO, which don't get me started on that shit. Um, so, see, Tina, that's not right. They shouldn't be, the farmers should not be, no, I know, I'm telling you, it's too much overreach right now. Okay, right, Nathan. That's where the companies that they're contracting through, that's where the companies need to step up and be. I understand they're in it to make money. I totally understand that. I get it. But you just we're in very unprecedented times right now, and we are going to end up going back to, what happens. I mean, look at the during the Great Depression. I mean, come on. We don't need to be going back there. There's no reason why all of this stuff being available, why it shouldn't be getting donated, all because you can't make a buck off of it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. I know it really is. I mean, the hogs. So with the CAFOs and stuff, so what they do is the farmers will they build the CAFOs, and big farms. There's Prestige farms. They're all big producers, and basically they contract everything out to farmers. They pay them decent to start, but then there's, I don't know, there's some really shady shit going on with that. So as far as what I'm told, now I don't do it, so I don't know, but for me anyway. And yeah, I agree. If they were, I agree with you, Nathan, that yes, essentially they'd be stealing from the owner, but um, I don't know. It's big bad. Okay, Tina, my dad was too, and so then how does that work with CAFOs then, with the producers? Yes, Victoria, I'll pull that up. It's on YouTube, right? Okay. On the vid, you know what? Let me Google. I'm going to Google it first. So yeah, so the contracts then, Tina, how exactly does that work? Oh, okay. All right. Um, okay, so who was that? Shadwell? Okay. Sorry, give me just a minute here. I'm sorry, I know there's dead space here, but there's two. Oh, okay. So you've got dairy farmers being forced to dump milk. Farmers being forced to destroy product. We'll say that. Right, Nathan. And so that's what I'm saying is that why couldn't the because the farmers have to pay for that. They are paying the company for that. So then that's what I'm saying is instead of the companies, making them pay for that stuff, why don't they essentially donate it? Let the farmers go ahead and you know raise the hogs and whatnot, and then sell it. So let's see, that's New York Times. I don't trust the New York Times, I'm sorry, or the Wall Street Journal. um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to really. I'm gonna have to really look into this some more, and then we'll have to talk about it next week, maybe. Um, because what I'm getting is that they're dumping milk, they're destroying crops, they're destroying animals, all because of coronavirus, and so they have bottling limitations going on. Yeah. Wow. Uh, that's crazy. You can post it if you like, Terry Lynn. That'll be just fine. Right, Jess? I agree with that too. If you don't own them, so like I know back when my dad was doing the hog buying and stuff like that for the big packing plant. I know that it was we didn't have a lot of CAFOs at that point. CAFOs, however you want to call it, or whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, I don't trust a lot of news sources, frankly. um, you've got too many of them. Nat, you've got too many news sources who are extremely. You, they should be reporting unbiasedly, and they're not. They're either extreme left or extreme right. There's no right down the middle. It's ridiculous. And the news should be reporting unbiasedly and sharing both sides. So I will tell you that this is really silly, but the BBC is probably a better news source for the US, because the BBC, they don't give a crap about whether somebody is right or left or whatever. So they just report it. They report on it, I should say. So that makes, for me, that makes a big difference. I'm just, they are just so one way or the other in this country, and it's not supposed to be that way. You have freedom of press, but you still have a responsibility to report accurately and quit. I mean, whether you like the guy or not, okay, Trump is our president. You know, bashing him every time you turn around is not going to do any good. So just report the news instead of, you know, I don't know. Just report the damn news right. I was seeing something. Oh, okay. So Terry Lynn was saying that farmer that she met on her road, why would you do that? That is clean energy. Why would somebody turn down that much money to lease your land for solar panels unless you actually have plans for that land where you're going to be raising a bunch of food? Why would you? I mean, it's clean energy and it's money for you. So like, I don't understand why he would turn that down. That is stupid. Yep. Report the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. Little dragnet for you. Oh my gosh. I took care of a gentleman as a nurse in his home that he loved dragnet, and he loved the whole just the facts, ma'am. He would giggle when after he would say it. He was just so funny. I miss that. I miss my nursing career so much. Like I miss that so much. So again, then where, like I'm having to really, I'm trying to think on the fly here with all of this stuff, like, because I can't just sit and read an article and then make you guys sit in silence kind of thing. So I know, right? Dragnet is yeah. Yeah, so if you guys know more about that, please divulge. Like I said, I'll go through stuff, and I'd heard something about that, but I guess it wasn't like overly publicized this morning. I don't, at least in my area, for me, it wasn't, I didn't notice it, I guess, so much. I'd heard something about how it was having a negative impact on farmers and they were having to do something that they didn't want to have to do. But I didn't get to hear the full story. So again, you have to be careful with your sources. Like you really have to be careful. So I'm hoping that the silence here, that's what everybody's doing, is they're reading up on this or watching something on it, because yes, please let me know. I know that so the New York Times, now this was posted then on the 11th, that in Wisconsin and Ohio's that they're doing all of this. The farmers are doing all of this, and in Wisconsin and Ohio so far. An Idaho farmer dug huge ditches to bury 1,000,000 pounds of onions. South Florida, tractors are crisscrossing bean and cabbage fields, plowing perfectly ripe vegetables back into the soil. This is ridiculous. Why is something not being done about this? Oh, yay, Jess. I'm so happy. Good. I can't wait to see it. Mondays are kind of my days after my lives. I try to start catching up on YouTube. So throughout the week, I just get super busy. And I might be able to watch a couple here and there, but like I can't sit and binge watch somebody's channel and try to get caught up on all of their stuff until, I have a half a minute down. So better late than never. Yeah, so oh my God. They're saying that the Dairy Farmers of America are estimating that farmers are dumping as many as 3.7 million gallons of milk each day, and that a single chicken processor is smashing 750,000 unhatched eggs every week. Ugh. That is true. This is true too. They're saying that the food banks and stuff like that, Meals on Wheels programs, they're, but they can only donate so much perishable food because, those people have, or those things are having they have limited numbers of refrigerators and things like that. And I suppose not having restaurants open and things, I really miss you when you're not doing live. What? Oh, gotcha. No, that's fine, Jess. Honestly. Wow. Okay, so this is heartbreaking. I mean, it's devastating. I don't. Wow. Right, Nathan. That's what I'm saying is that you've got all these places that are closed, and that was the big thing, was that 70% of, at least here in Iowa, of what a farmer produces goes to restaurants. Well, our restaurants are all closed. Unless you have a drive-through or you're able to do carry out. So, and that has really put a huge damper on things. So yeah, if you our government agencies are not open and our restaurants are not open, we're not going to be able to get the food. So like I understand now the dilemma there, but there's got to be a way around it. And I'm sure, again, there's only so much you can donate. I totally get that, but I don't know. Got to figure something out before too long, because we're going to be hurting before too terribly long, because we're going to end up with a food shortage. Period. The whole way around, not just meat, not just vegetables or anything like that. I mean, it's going to be the whole way around. See, now, Jess, you guys had all that rain and whatnot, and we didn't. We had like a little bit, but it was mostly just kind of sprinkles here and there. We didn't get all that rain, which is good, but bad. I mean, obviously we're going to need the moisture, but it's a good thing, because then I can till without any problems. Or I can have my garden tilled. It is, Jess. It is. Actually posted through Ron Neitzel. Okay. I'll write that down so I can remember to look that up, because I need to read up on it more, obviously. Let's see. Okay. I wrote it down on the back of an envelope of the junk mail that came in. Hi, Amy June. So we were just talking about the whole farming dilemma at this point. I do know. So today I'm going to go ahead and as soon as Kennedy gets back with the carb clean. There you go. As soon as she gets back, then we're going to go and try and get the tiller, keep it running. So, all right. Bye, boo. Love you. As soon as we can get that going, then we can finish tilling, because I want to till, obviously, and get stuff planted before tomorrow, before we get oh, I'm sorry, my hair is driving me nuts today, so. Speaking of which, so Kennedy actually ordered, she's able to, oh, okay. All right, Amy. She actually ordered through, for professional stuff, through Cosmoprof, I think, or maybe it was Salon Centric. I don't remember. Anyway, my hair, the hot mess that it is going to be purple and black. So that should be coming hopefully next week sometime. Well, hopefully this week, but I'm guessing it'll be next week, because it's not an essential item. I'm sure it's probably not going to get shipped right away, which is fine. But I got a whole lot of silver there. I mean, that's not even, that's silver. Like, that's silver. It's kind of pretty in the sunlight though. And whatnot now. And this is obviously my natural color, the demarcation, and then the rest of the color is coming out. But I mean, you can see the silver. Yes, Cookie Monster, Nathan, as you call her. So we're going to go back and do a very vivid purple and black. And hopefully get rid of that silver for a while. But then again, I don't know. I'm actually also thinking that, do I just let it completely grow out and just go all natural? But I like having my hair fun colors. So I don't know. Yeah, Jess, my hair has been so many colors. It has been, I don't think there's a color that it hasn't been. I mean, it has literally been every color of the rainbow. And then some. I've had neon colors and pastel colors, and that is true, Amy. I've never been able to leave my hair alone, ever. Ever. It's either, yeah, it's getting colored or cut. I had to cut it this time around, but yep, and it's been red, several different shades of red. That is true, Victoria. I agree with you. Oh, speaking of which, so Have you been out on your bike? So she's got this motorized trike bike. Oh my God, I love it. And I didn't know if you've been out. And also, did you check out editing programs? Like, have you played around with any of them? Jess, I don't either. I don't like every color, but I just wanted to do it just because. Why not? My hair, oh my God. I went in to have it colored pink at a hair school, a hair college, and it came out. I went in, my hair was down to the middle of my back, the middle of my back. And I'm like, oh, yeah, go ahead and trim it up, that kind of stuff. My hair did not come out pink. I walked out with pumpkin orange, and my hair was literally chopped. It was shorter than this even. I was so upset. The instructor had to come over, and she had to, which, the color I was kind of upset about. I was more so very upset with the fact that my hair went from, like, literally ended up cutting like 10 inches off of my hair. It was longer than that. It was longer than that. It was probably at least a good foot off my hair. I was so angry. Aw. Yeah, I wish you had hair to color. Nathan. I know. Victoria has beautiful, beautiful. If you go and watch her channel, you will see in her videos, she has beautiful, long blonde hair. I agree, Jess. He wishes he had hair. Yeah, on his head, not on his back. Yeah, but your back doesn't really count. I have hair. I have hair. I'm good. Of course, I am. It is thinning, though. Man, is it thinning? Um, I noticed that after having my kids, my hair changed so much, and then when my fibro really set in, um, yeah, it's just my hair is thinning, and it's thinning through here, but it's also like the strands are my strands are thin as well. So you don't have hair on your back. Oh, it's probably on your butt then, isn't it? So Nathan, I had talked with Nathan on Marco a while back, and he was saying that he wanted to show me his butt, and so he puts the camera over to his wife, to Johnny. I'm like, you poor thing. But that's just Nathan. You don't have back hair. You have butt hair, but not back hair. Yes, Jess has some very long hair now too. Yep. I wish mine would grow, but I could probably avoid that. I could probably have really long hair again. The problem is that once it gets to about the middle of my shoulder blades, then it's bad. It gets real stringy and whatnot, just because my hair texture has changed so much. So posting an update on my brother on my Facebook. He's out of hospice, getting better every day. Awesome. That is amazing, Victoria. All right. Well, so if you guys don't have anything else to talk about, I think I'm going to get going because hopefully Kennedy will be coming here pretty soon. I really need to get out and yeah, Amy, I think that's probably I won't get into the details here, but yes, I'm pretty sure that I'm getting through at this point. Like I'm going through it right now. I need to go watch that, Nathan, your sausage canning. Long hair except when it falls out. Yeah, mine, I pull out handfuls when I brush it, or like it's terrible. It just sucks. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go and at least get the tomatoes put into as many as I can along that first trellis that I've got. So it's menopause. Well, I don't know. I will tell you, I've been in perimenopause for a while, so yeah. I was more mean there than I am now. So, what, baby? Uh-oh. Here comes Zabe. He's got chocolate ice cream all over his face.
The black cat.
Yes.
I saw him again. He went in the pool.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, it's empty, so it's okay.
I know. Then he got out. Then he went to the right over there where your garden is. Like by your garden.
Yeah.
He went over the fence.
Oh, so he jumped into the field?
Yes, and Demon went with him. So my mom's gonna be mad.
No. Demon will come back.
Okay, then I'm going out there and just wait.
Okay, I'll let you. Now he's gonna go out and wait for Demon to come back. So, oh my gosh. Yes, Amy, I'm getting out. That's where I'm heading, is back out in the garden, and we got to figure out. Hopefully, we can get the tiller running again, and the lawnmower. And I love you back, Lisa, and I hope you start feeling much, much better. They gotta get you straightened out, girlfriend. Let's see. Sit or shit, hey, whatever. Oh, yeah, we don't need to be encouraging him to be calling people old lady. So, all right. So I will read up on all this stuff. And if you want to send me links, you can send it. If you have my phone number, you can text it to me, or you can send it in Facebook Messenger. You can DM me on Instagram, or send it to me on Marco. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. So, Victoria and Jess both. Yes, I have had that problem in the past. My hair was actually that long. A long time ago, but it was actually that long. So yes, that is a really crappy situation. So, all right. Love all of you, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I'm hoping that I'll have some more videos up this week. I did 2 last week that, they were back to back because they were kind of the same subject, but I'm hoping I can get some more stuff filmed, and I also have stuff in queue. It's just like I don't feel like it's really a whole lot or necessarily interesting, so I might have to put one together. I'm working very hard to put together, film, to edit, and everything. I'm trying to up my game with that because I really want people to be, I want people to be enriched and learn from things that the things that I'm doing and sharing. And I want people to enjoy it. So I really, I've been working very hard to make sure that when I do film, I film a certain way, and, I can edit a certain way in the whole 9 yards. So anywho, hopefully I'll have some more content out this week. I'm pushing for it, but we'll see. And I just know that I'm not going to reach my goals for 2020 with YouTube if I don't start pushing hard, but I want it to be good. So, all right. I love all of you, and I shall see you on the flip side. So everybody, if you can, get out and play in the dirt. Love you.